Hi, this is Blanca. I ran into Ace Hardware today to pick up something for my husband, and I decided to walk over to the garden center, and there I found these two little Oncidiums in really bad shape, and I looked at them, and there were actually three of them, but the third one was already dead. And I asked the manager how much she wanted to sell these for because they were in really bad shape, if she would discount them for me. And originally she was asking $8.99, and I think there's no labels, but I think these are dancing ladies. They were so dry. The kid working back in the garden center, I mentioned to him that they have not been watered in a long time and they need water desperately. So I went back into the store, talked to the manager at Ace, and she told me that I can have them for what she paid, which was $4 a piece. And I told her they were in really bad shape, that I didn't think they were going to make it. The third one died, and she says, well, go get them, let me see them. I showed them to her, and she goes, oh, I'll give them to you for $2 a piece, and good luck with them. So I couldn't turn them down. I took them home, and I'm going to try to repot them because that looks like a fairly good new growth right here. And the other one also has two new growths. This one and this one. There's a lot of dried up bulbs in there, but I think I see some green tips in there right after he watered it. So I'm going to go ahead and repot them and try to save them. Sad to see them in that situation. And I'll post a picture when I'm done. Thank you. Well, okay, here's the first one, and I went ahead and cleaned her up, and I removed all the dead roots and bark, and she had some sphagnum moss that was kind of difficult to get out of there. But I did find she did have some nice little green roots in here. And I don't want to remove this bulb here because it doesn't look too good, but I think if I remove it, if I detach it there, it may kill that other plant here, the other bulb. So I'm just going to leave it and pot it like that. But this is the one that had two new growths on it, so we'll see. And I did see she has bloomed before, an old bloom spike. Okay, I did find some really strange little crawly. They were really crawling really fast, some real slender thin bugs, but I sprayed her down with peroxide, and I might spray her down with a little bit of soap and water too. I think she'll be okay. Here is the second one, and this is the one that only has one new growth right here. This one doesn't appear to have any bark. It looks like it's all sphagnum moss. This is going to be some work to take apart. I should have started earlier in the day, but yeah, this is going to be some work. Okay, here's the second one, and actually she looks pretty good. I think there is a new growth in here somewhere, right there where my thumbnail is. That's what it looks like. I don't think that's a new root, but she's not too bad. When I turned her over, she's got a lot of new roots in here that are pushing out. And I went ahead and had to cut her rhinestone because it was kind of rotted in there. I added some cinnamon to the end of it. So she was really a little bit more work because she was planted in sphagnum moss, and it was just so stuck to the roots. It was terrible to work with. It just took a while, and now I know why Roger sits there or stands there with a glass of wine. Can't blame him. Anyways, I'm gonna repot them in the same pots. I went ahead and cleaned them up with bleach, and they look pretty good. And this is the mess. Sphagnum moss, that took a long time to clean up. Okay, I'll be back after I repot them. Here they are. They're all cleaned up, potted. My workspace is all nice and clean. And this was the first one here, the one with 2 new bulbs. And this one bulb here, just on the side there, it just kept falling over. It didn't want to stay up, so I tied it up and put a little spike in there to hold her up. Here, let me show you. There she is. There's her roots there. This one actually had a lot of nice roots. The other one had a lot of roots, but they were not long. They were short little roots. This is the other one that had the new growth right here. And I don't think I'd pot her in too deep. She's kind of packed a little loosely now. And maybe tomorrow I'll reinforce her packing there. Lemons, yes. Lemons on my table back here because I get them from my neighbor's tree, and I use them to clean, well, I cut them and use the juice, mix it with water, and I use it to wipe off my leaves on my orchids that are in my screen porch. They get kind of dusty. I'll show you the tree I get them from. It's my neighbor's tree. There is my neighbor's tree, and I actually go over and jump the fence when I need. No, I don't jump the fence. I just go around. I don't know if this is coming out because it's kind of bright and sunny out here, but there are a lot of lemons on her tree. They are really, really bitter. You really can't use them to make lemonade. Yeah, she doesn't even use them. I think when she used to cook, she used to use them on her fish, but I don't eat fish. This is my, this is where the orchids are going to stay, these 2 orchids, until I see that they are recovering and doing good. This is what I call my hospital area. It's one of my hospital areas. This is the one inside the screen porch, and I have another hospital area outside under the mango tree, but I don't care for it because there's always a lot of spiders out there. They get the morning sun here, early morning sun, and it's not too bright. Well, how about that? A year and a half later, never stopped growing. These are my 2 little rescue orchids. And number 1, this one here, she's grown pretty good. I kept her in the pergola for like about, well, the whole year and a half now. And let me show you what happens here in Florida. These plastic pots, look, that's what happens. They crystallize. The sun and the heat does that to them. So I'm going to be repotting her again. This is the one that I had put a little stake in here, and I tied it to the pseudobulb. And there's the pseudobulb. But looking at it, she has good roots. She's still doing good. Just need to be repotted. And number 2. Voila! The one that I didn't think would make it because it didn't have very good roots, and also the lizards got in there and dug her out completely a couple times, and I had to push her back in. So she's going to need repotting too. But number 2 did better than number 1. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful little flowers. I don't even know what they are. It's an Oncidium, but it's not a dancing lady what I thought it was this whole time. And they smell terrific. So after the bloom's gone on this one, I will repot it. It's just cute. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that. Nice, nice surprise. And I have another one, Oncidium, that is blooming that I got less than a year ago from a USF Orchid show in Tampa. And boy, she dries out quickly. I watered her yesterday, and whoo, my God, like cement. Here's her label. And these are her blooms here. And they're just opening. You see, they're not quite open yet. They're not all open. But her blooms, I notice, they will become white. Right now they have a creamy yellow color to them. But I know they will lighten up a whole lot more. And I just noticed something about this one. Let's see if I can find it. It's got mealy bugs. I'm going to look behind this one right here. If you look at the stem, let's see if I can capture it. Do you see that right there? I don't think I can get too close to it. There it is. It's a mealy bug. And in between the cane and right in the center there where the leaf comes out, or where the bloom comes out, I noticed there is some more in there. And I'm going to show you how I get rid of mealy bugs. This is what I keep. Alcohol, 70% alcohol, and I use palm olive, any kind of dish soap. I like this one. And what I do is in a little jar, I think this was in a little olive jar at one time, I put some water, alcohol, and a little bit of dish soap in there. And what I do is I use these, I get these little brushes all the time. They come free when you buy cosmetic, and they're eyebrow or lip brushes. And they come as a little package with other accessories that when you purchase something from, this one's from Estee Lauder, but I have a bunch of these and I don't use them. Okay, this is what I do. I have water, alcohol, half water, half alcohol, and I say about 3 or 4 drops, maybe a little bit more of the soap. And let's find that mealy bug. Let's see if I can find it. It's breezy out here, which is really nice. There it is. I'm going to try to do this on camera. Yipes. I think I might have to do this. Let's see if I can get it here. I can't do it on camera. I think it dropped. I don't know if it's on the brush or it dropped. But that's how I get them. Okay, I know where there's more. On that same bloom. Let me zoom out a little. On this bloom up here, right in here, I know there's some in there. And that's all I do is brush it. And believe me, it kills it. It kills it right away. Let me go up here where this bud hasn't developed yet. And let me see if I can capture this one here. If I can focus in on there. Let me turn it around a little bit. In here, right in there, there's some. And
You know, trying to look through the camera lens, it's really difficult. Let me see if I can get in there and do that. It's really, really hard to look through the camera lens and do this. I can't even find it. Okay, that takes care of that one there. And there is more. I'll have to search for it, but I'd have to do it with my eyeballs and not with the camera. Well, anyways, that's the end of the video. I'm just surprised to find this blooming here so pretty. Love it. All right, well, thank you. Everyone have a nice weekend, and thank you for watching.